What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So today, we're playing the KIZUNA Clash. I've already uploaded a video talking about the brand new KIZUNA Clash OKIKU in greater detail. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you go peep that, especially if you need free-to-play teams or anything like that. You should check out that video. I go through all of the bosses in much greater detail. In this video today, this is just me wailing out using the new characters and just showing you guys some of the damage output that they're able to reach in this KIZUNA Clash. It's kind of absurd how strong these characters are in this KIZUNA. So, yeah, these two characters, Luffy and Zoro and Sober Mask, I will be having a, I think I've got two showcases in mind, obviously, for these two brand new characters. I should be uploading those relatively soon, so look forward to that. Stay tuned to the channel. Luffy and Zoro, they are used for two of the bosses, obviously, because you got a strength and a dex character in Luffy and Zoro, so going to be really good against the dex and quick variations. And then you've got the quick Sober Mask, who's really good against the strength variation, of course. One thing I do have to say, though, is that in this KIZUNA Clash, when you encounter the hidden boss, which is Komurasaki, it actually ruins all the teams in terms of the higher levels. For the lower levels, it will annoy Sober Mask because you need to use his captain action prior to moving into that boss stage. So if you encounter the Komurasaki, you just don't get to use your captain action. It's actually ridiculously annoying. But then with the other characters, with Luffy and Zoro, when you encounter the hidden boss, it actually means that you can't get those Wano slots. You can't stall to get those Wano slots to enhance that orb boost that they'll get with their special ability. But either way, in this video today, against all the different bosses at high levels, level 70 plus, we actually go through all of them with no hidden bosses, and it just shows their max damage potential. Also, going over to the KIZUNA Clash, in the KIZUNA Exchange, if you guys didn't see, if you go over to box number 6, which I already have done it, by the way, if you go to box 6, you actually can get a free legend ticket. So make sure you go ahead and get to box 6, get the rainbow chest in box 6, get all the limit break materials for OKIKU as well, because this OKIKU is actually really, really good. Make sure you go ahead and max her out. But for those who are wondering, I did get V2 Katakuri from my red ticket in here, so it was a dupe, unfortunately. All the other golds were not really useful for me either, but yeah, it wasn't really too great. Now I'm just storing up my tickets, waiting towards the end of the KIZUNA Clash where I can go ahead and spend them and hopefully get some really, really cool rewards. So that just about does it for the intro to this video. Let's go ahead and jump into the KIZUNA Clash against OKIKU with Luffy, Zoro, and Sober Mask. So I'm not going to be talking throughout the entire duration of this video, but I just want to give a quick overview of the teams that we're using here. So, of course, we're starting off with the Dex variation, which is actually the very first variation that you start off at level 1. So, with this team, it is obviously using Luffy and Zoro as the captain. Now, this is by no means the most ideal team for this particular fight, but it's just, this is what I've decided to use, right? Now, we are using V2 Big Mom still as a sub, along with Luffy and Zoro. Even though both of them are chain lockers, Big Mom's is way more significant, being a 3.5 times chain lock instead. Luffy and Zoro is a 3 times chain locker, for those who didn't know. And also, Big Mom provides a stat boost, right? So, depending on how much health you have, you can get a pretty substantial stat boost from her. And it does make a huge difference having that additional stat boost, because if you have a character that's boosted on this event as well, they also get 2 times stats. So technically, like, when you use Big Mom's stat boosting effect, like, it just gets amplified by such a huge margin. So it really does make a big difference having V2 Big Mom for KIZUNA Clashes. Now, as for the rest of this team, we do have obviously Sober Mask as a sub as well, because we can use his special twice on the final boss stage, giving us the 2.5 times attack boost, which is obviously ridiculous, as well as giving us the full water tandem orbs, changes all orbs including block into tandem, and of course Luffy and Zoro as the captain, we can get the Wano slots. Now you saw that we're taking a lot of time to stall in these first 2 rooms here. Now that's because of their special. For those who don't know, when you use their special ability, it actually counts how many tandem or Wano slots that you've used before you activated their special ability. So you do want to take your time to consume quite a lot of these, and if you consume 15 or more of them, you get a 2.75 times orb boost to Slasher and Free Spirit. So it does make a huge difference, which is why we are taking our time to make sure we can get as much damage as we possibly can. Now, we've also got Rob Lucci on this team to give us a 2 times color affinity boost, and then we've got Vivi Rebecca just to remove the rainbow % damage reduction on stage 3. If I had the new Usopp from the new Rare Recruit batch, I would definitely be putting him in the team instead of Vivi and Rebecca. But it's still fine. This is still going to be providing enough damage output to last for a very, very long time. So I will go ahead and move on to the next one, and I'll see you guys, and we'll discuss the next team against the quick variation. So for this variation, it is again a very similar team utilizing Luffy Zoro captains with V2 Big Mom as a sub. But for this particular team against the Quick Boss, we do have the new rare recruit Carrot here. She's really good because she starts off the fight with a full board of Tandem Orbs for your team. And that means that we can go ahead and take our time very, very quickly to already start consuming some of those Wano slots. Obviously switching both of the captains into Zoro so we can consume as many of those Wano slots as we can. The really annoying thing though is that when you switch into Zoro, he's actually got a 5-hit combo, so it makes stalling on turtles a little bit more annoying, but you guys will see we're actually able to do it. Like, it's not even a big deal. We also have Wano Law in this team. Now, Law is not a unit that is required at all. I'm just running him because I don't need any other type of booster unit. You know, I've got a Chain Lock, got Orb Boost, Type Boost, Color Affinity. I've pretty much got everything that I could possibly want. The only other thing that you could possibly add would be a Conditional Booster, but I don't even know what you could even bring at this point because the final boss has full immunity, so it's a little bit difficult. So I'm running Law because he's boosted on this event, and he has type advantage, so it makes a lot of sense, but totally not needed for this team. And of course, Sober Mask once again for the attack boost. So you see that we are just doing all that stalling to make sure we can consume as many Wano slots as possible. And then on the final boss stage, we just spam and we do so much goddamn damage. And I actually realized with this particular team, when we launch Big Mom's special ability on the final boss fight, we actually have over 100,000 health, which means that we get the max stat boost that we possibly can from Big Mom. And this is definitely the highest amount of damage that I've ever gotten so far with Luffy and Zoro. So this is pretty cool. I love seeing how much damage that this character can do. This character is a bunch of fun to play with. I'm really happy that I was able to get both of these units through the latest Sugo Fest. So make sure you go check out the videos if you haven't seen the Sugo Fest pools already. So yeah, Luffy, Zoro, and Sober Mask, a whole bunch of fun. So I'll go ahead and wait for the next team now, and we'll discuss the final one against the strength variation. The final team against the strength variation against this OKIKU is going to be obviously with Sober Mask as the captain instead. So it's really annoying because if you encounter the hidden boss against Komurasaki, you actually are unable to get him to activate his captain action prior to reaching stage 3, which actually does make this a little bit more difficult. But if you don't encounter the hidden boss, this team just absolutely decimates. Like, this team, I'm pretty sure, deals like over 300 million damage. I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure it does over 300 million, which is very, very cool. So with everything said and done, you've got a 2.5 times attack boost. You have a full board of tandem slots. You've got a 2 times conditional boost that self-procs with the new V2 Nami. You've got a 1.75 color affinity in OKIKU. You could replace OKIKU for someone like Magellan and Hannibal for a higher color affinity, but I decided to put OKIKU because she's boosted in this event. I'm not really too sure if it actually adds that much extra damage, like which one is the most viable, but OKIKU is kind of cool, so I'm putting OKIKU on the team. Luffy and Law for the 2.5 orb boost, and then we've got the stat boost and the 3.5 chain lock with V2 Big Mom. Like, this team puts in that work. In stage 2, we've got the switch effects of the characters to get boosts and removing paralysis, and the sailor ability, or the support effect enabling us to remove the paralysis, and then we just do a bunch of damage on the final boss stage. So anyways, that has been me talking about Luffy and Zoro and Sober Mask against the latest KIZUNA Clash. All teams doing over 200 million damage, which is pretty freaking cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 50,000 subscribers. Would be absolutely awesome if we are able to achieve that goal. But other than that, I'll see you guys within the next video.
作戦がある。分かった。言うな。行くよ。うわあ。これがレイドスーツの力か。